I was active in the sense that, I walked a lot and I was on my feet a lot, but I never really got into weightlifting or running or any sort of cardio workout. But at the age of 40, that's when kind of everything started to fall into place in terms of my mindset and finally unlocking. Okay, these are the energies that I need to adopt in order to actually get some traction and change. So one of the first things that I did was, okay, everybody's excuses. Oh, I never have time. I don't have time to work out. I don't, but so what I said is, look, I'm gonna just get rid of that excuse and say, I do have time to work out. Every day I'm going to spend 15 minutes on the treadmill. And so that's what I committed to. It's just 15 minutes every day. And I think I did that for maybe a month or two. And then eventually I was like, all right, now that morphed into, okay, every day I'm going to run 1 mile on the treadmill. And so every day that's what I did. I ran 1 mile. And then eventually I was like, okay, now I'm going to increase it 1.05. Every day I'm going to increase it 0.05. So that's right, 1.05, 1.1, 1.15. And then eventually I was running over 3 miles every day. And then that just started the snowball. So it really is like you have to face your excuses head on and say, okay, time is not an excuse because I have 15 minutes in the morning. I have 15 minutes every day. And then eventually you start to want to do that exercise every morning. You start to miss it. And it doesn't take willpower anymore. You don't actually have to overcome this energy that's pushing against you to stay in bed or to not do that, to not do the working out. And so it really is just starting small, facing those excuses head on, and building slowly. Then eventually, after my wife and I had kind of gone down this personal development journey, we came across a friend of mine kind of put this bug in my ear. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to do 75 hard," and this is 75 hard of the Andy Frischella's version, where you commit to 75 days in a row of 45 minutes of exercise twice a day. So that's an hour and a half of exercise, but you have to separate them. One of them has to be outside. You commit to a diet, whatever that diet may be. You read 10 pages of a personal development book. You drink a gallon of water a day, and you give up alcohol. So that's the 75 hard program in a nutshell. And that's what my wife and I said, okay, we're going to do this. We are going to, we're going to crush this, right? And that was what kind of opened our eyes to the possibility of what it really feels like to be crazy healthy. Up until that point, we had still been drinking. We had still been, kind of lax with our diet. But 75 hard, like, just opened our awareness to, oh my gosh, like, if you really stack this stuff together for 30, 40, 50 days plus, like, the benefits are incredible. And that was probably the other program that really blew the doors wide open.
I liked how you talked about the fact that you started with a certain number and then you
Yeah.
kind of increase that as you go. And that goes for everything that people wants to improve on, right? Whether it's their diet, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's investing, whatever it is, you start off small and you kind of build it up from there. And all of a sudden you have a lot. Now, you mentioned about that energy of getting that pushback. And go,
Mm.
oh, you know what? You did this for 3 days already. You need a rest. You could take today off, kind of thing, right? When that voice starts to rear its head out, how do you overcome that?
I think it goes back into zooming in, continually zooming in. And what I mean by that is, okay, so you're not, you're struggling to get up and to get on your run or get on your, your workout or whatever it is, or get your day started. And so you're sitting there laying in bed or wherever the resistance hits you, and you just have to continually zoom in. Okay, so what is the next step? The next step is I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'm going to get a glass of water, whatever it is. Or maybe you have to zoom in even further. Like, the next step is like, lifting my arm, taking the covers off. And so like that, I think is, when you're feeling that weight of resistance, like continually zoom in, like, and really dial in on specifically, get super specific on what the next step is.